und willkommen. You have entered the cosmic radio receptors of KCRW 100.7 FM in Brookings, Oregon. Thank you for tuning into this week's fantastic program. I'm Dr. Gigi, and my co-host is, as always, Jacques Kepner. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. You said turning or tuning? I'm just...
Tuning. Did I say turning?
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Doc and Jacques Radio Variety Show. Special thanks to sound engineers Tom Bozak and Ray Simon. Welcome back, Ray, from your time. Michael Gorsh, you're out there listening, Linda Bozak, and so many others. Thank you for tuning in. You're hearing this live syndicated show on KCIW in Brookings, Oregon, and that said, the same syndicated show will be rebroadcast in exactly 1 week from now, every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on KZZH 96.7 FM in Humboldt, Eureka, Arcata area. And then a few hours later at 1 p.m. on my old alma mater, KFUG 101 in Crescent City, California. So now you know, the Doc and I have your coast covered. All right, Doctor.
Right.
What medical marvels and good medicine and health notes does my German medical doctor, patent-holding scientist, and university professor, I'm building up.
Yeah,
what do you have for us for this week health segment of MDGG?
Well, thank you for building me up. I need that.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about asthma. That's it.
I'm not joking about it. No, go ahead. What is asthma? It affects a lot of people.
Right. Asthma is a common chronic disease worldwide and affects approximately 25 million or 1 in 12 people in the United States. Mm-hmm. It is the most common chronic disease in childhood.
Wow.
It affects about 6 million U.S. children each year. Listen to this. Asthma leads to 94,000 hospital stays.
Wow. Just round it off to 100.
Over 900,000 emergency visits. You want to run?
A million, yeah.
And cause over 3,500 deaths.
Oh, boy.
With older adults at the highest risk.
Wow. Folks, I wake up Dr. Gigi every night at exactly 12:59 a.m. That's when we have our one-to-one doc. See, I got to get her going. Once you get her laughing, then you're set. Okay, keep telling us about asthma, Doc.
During an asthma attack, the airway muscles, especially around the bronchi and bronchioli, tighten and the lining swell. That's what gives you the sound. Mm-hmm. The swelling of the lining can be caused by an allergen, whatever you're allergic to, by exercise, or by cold air, and more. This, in turn, causes then the muscles that surround those airways to constrict, get tighter.
Okay.
Both of these events narrow the airways, making it difficult for the air to move in and out of the lungs, leading to wheezing, coughing, and shortness of breath.
Yeah. What do you call a radio disc jockey? Disc jockey who has stopped breathing, Doctor?
What do you call him?
Off the air.
Asthma
has
people,
no cure.
Asthma has no cure.
It's amazing. I thought they cured it. You got those things. People spray those things in their mouths.
Yeah, but you didn't go to medical school, so you didn't know.
Okay, I'm sorry. Pardon me.
But it can be managed with medication and lifestyle strategies.
I like that. Lifestyle strategies. Cool.
Treatments focus on on relieving those symptoms and preventing attacks. So there are two main types of treatment. The rescue inhaler that basically everybody knows about.
All right.
The rescue inhaler, like albuterol, relaxes the tight muscles around the the pipes, the air pipes.
Okay.
And they're called albuterol. That's the only one there is. Now, okay, it's getting a little bit technical. Albuterol is a beta-2 agonist that relaxes the muscles surrounding there, but it also actually activates the beta-1, which gives, I'm giving it away already, which makes your heart go faster.
Uh-oh.
So that one is the first one. And then the other one, the ipratropium, is a so-called anticholinergic, and they both are there to relax the muscles.
Wow. Well, I bought a little bag of air today, Doctor. I thought it was so nice of the company that produced it. They also included a few potato chips inside of it.
That's
Okay, what else, Doc?
Okay, so they're also long-term control medicines. That means you only take them once and they're not rescue medicines or rescue things. So there include the steroid inhalers, and they function as getting the inflammation down because that's part of the asthma deal. Little kids who don't know or don't fathom how to do the inhalers actually get something called Montelukast.
Is that a pill?
Brand name Singular. Yeah, that's a
Cool.
pill, and it helps.
Wow.
And for more severe cases, there are biologics such as omalizumab or dublizumab. The mab means monoclonal antibody, and they are injectables usually.
Wow. Okay, so now we know a little bit more about asthma. I went to the library to get a medical book on abdominal pain.
Yeah.
But somebody had ripped the appendix out. All right, all puns aside, thank you for that enlightening MDGG regarding asthma, Doctor. All right. Okay, as promised, we have a great show today. A triple header is coming your way with 3 unique and talented folks who excel at what they do best. Our first 2 guests make up a team that serves our local, lovely region in a special way. Need I remind you, if you don't already know, that you, dear listener, is getting older.
Not me.
You are aging just like those green grapes that have been sitting in your refrigerator for 2 weeks, or the sourdough bread growing stale and showing signs of rigor mortis on the kitchen counter. To be clear, I'm not talking about death. That is an area that my partner and co-host, Dr. Gigi, knows all about, as she routinely signs off on death certificates with her work as a physician and as hospice director. Instead, today, we will be focusing on the time that we spend just prior to that certainty of death. Some call it the autumn of our lives. Some refer to it as a sunset of life. Whatever it's called, they are the times that hopefully most of us will live in various stages of good health in our golden years. In the studio today is Roger and Jenny Mitchell, who have a very interesting and upbeat outlook on this end-stage game serving seniors. This couple just happened to run a senior activity center in Brookings, Oregon, but similar centers populate countless cities and towns in the USA. In fact, there are as many senior activity centers in America as there are McDonald's restaurants or Starbucks coffee shops. And I mean, that's a lot. There's well over 15,000 senior activity centers in the United States alone. So let's go a bit deeper, shall we? Let's explore some of the aspects of aging and discover some interesting things about the bigger picture of becoming a senior and growing old. Without further verbiage from me, I'd like to introduce Roger and Jeannie Mitchell. The Doc and Jacques radio show welcomes you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to our show. Well, let's ask the obligatory first question.
Sure.
Where were you born and raised? Each of you first ladies first. Jeannie?
I'm an Orange County girl, born in Fullerton. My father was born in Buena Park. My mother was born in Anaheim, and my grandmother was born in Boyle Heights.
So you are a Southern Californian.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So-called. Okay,
Now,
Roger.
everybody, now listen to his accent. Guess where he's from. All right, Roger, where are you from?
You have to guess.
Not so we hear you.
I was born in Ealing, Ealing, in West London, and my mother was born about 5 miles away in a place called Hayes. My father was born in Hull, in Yorkshire, in the northeast of England.
Yorkshire? So cute.
And I was born in 1946, so I'll be 80 next month. Next
Whoa, looking good.
year. January next year.
Looking good. And what brought you to this lovely coastal corner of the world?
I was a tour bus driver, and I'll give you the short version. I was on my last trip before I went in to be a transportation manager, and one of my passengers asked if she could come out for a drink with me in the evening. It wasn't Jenny, it was her predecessor. And, well, naturally, the Americans in England, we kill a few every year because they don't look the right way before they walk out into traffic. So on the way back from having a drink, I held her hand. And then we'll skip a couple of years to when I moved to Pasadena in Southern California and married her.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Cool.
But still not up here. How did you get up here then?
Well,
Well, I can tell you
Yeah,
that
you
story.
tell us.
Yeah.
After his wife passed away, we got together and got married, and we graduated from education in early 2009, when a lot of people were graduating from jobs at that time.
Yeah.
And I'd been on the internet for a few years, looking at places, thinking about where to retire. And I had done a lot of trips up and down the coast, and I thought it was beautiful. I also lived in Spain for 7 years, and one of the most beautiful parts of Spain is the Costa Brava, which bears an uncanny resemblance to the Oregon coast.
Gonna go check
Yes.
that out.
Warmer down there, huh? Wow.
And
He followed you.
well, not exactly. Basically, what happened was I was doing a search online for good places to retire, and I saw this top 10 places to retire, and they said Brookings, Oregon, right on the coast.
It is
I
the
thought,
best.
oh, dang.
That's me.
So we went and checked it out
Good.
and came here for Thanksgivings in a row, decided, yes, we liked it. And when we retired in 2009, came up
The
here.
rest is history.
Very cool. So now what do you do? What are your titles and positions in the Brookings Activity Center?
Well, I'm a board member. I have been a volunteer for a number of things. I started off with, well, I'll get to that a little later. I've been a volunteer receptionist. I've worked with the tax program, helping welcome people in. And I occasionally interpret for people who come into the tax program who speak Spanish.
There you go. Cool. So you speak a little Spanish because you
Because
time
you
in
lived in
Spain,
Costa.
right? There you go.
Yes, I lived there for 7 years and was a Spanish teacher after I came back.
Wow. Very
Yeah,
cool.
not much call for a Spanish teacher.
And you're involved there too, right, Roger? You're involved with the Activity Center.
I'm involved. I'm president this year,
Oh, well, congratulations.
the
There you go.
activity centre,
On the
and
BOD.
I joined the centre when I was looking for something to do just after we moved to Brookings in 2009, and I ended up driving for Curry Transit.
Okay, Courage.
And my boss, Joanne Wasbauer, asked if I'd like to become a volunteer tax preparer. Well, we had just been charged $1,100 to have our CPA in Southern California do our taxes.
Wow.
We sent the paper down to him, and he charged us $1,100 and $75 to e-file our taxes. And so when Joanne
That's
asked
pushing a
me-
button. That's pushing a button. You know that.
Exactly. I can do it.
$75, yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
I'll do it for you.
I am a tax preparer. So that was a big yes. And volunteer work tends to snowball. And so I, after that, became a receptionist. And we've continuously volunteered for duties at the centre, including what we
Ever
do
since,
now, which is delivering the Meals on Wheels, which is the jewel in the crown.
Right. I
the
like it. I
centre.
like its abbreviation, MO, M-O-W.
MOW.
Meals on Wheels, yeah.
Meow.
No. I think all of us are seniors here, except Robert Mann, who is on my left, and we will be getting to him in a little bit from now, talking about the films and comedy of his background in life. But we are all seniors here. And
When does senior start?
55 or 60, I think, right? I think so. How old you got to be to become a member of the Activity Center? 60, 55?
You can be a member at any age,
Oh,
but you, according to the funding for our Meals on Wheels and our dining room
I think that's 60. right?
meals is 60.
Yeah,
Okay.
60 years.
all right.
And you start getting your art magazine at 50, so.
I thought art was 55, but okay, now we know. That's sort of like it was. I'm definitely in the senior range, and you are too. Now you two ladies look under 50.
Yeah,
positively,
definitely.
But
For sure.
I got to ask this. What are some of the misconceptions that younger people in our society, and society in general, what is some of the misconceptions about seniors and aging? I know it's a little bit deeper question, but do either of you chime in on that? What are some of the misconceptions that we got as seniors? How do people judge us and look at us?
Well, I think we think when we're younger, at least I did, you first of all think that you're invincible,
Right.
that you're immortal. And then you think, well, yeah, I'll go through life, and when I'm finished, it'll just be like a long car journey, and we switch off the key, and it's all over.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out that way. It gets more complicated. You get a couple of brain surgeries, which I have had, and I don't walk very well. I can no longer get around the kitchen and cook. Now, most senior citizens would want to live in their own homes for absolutely as long as possible because we're comfortable there.
Right.
And the Meals on Wheels service can help in doing that because they get one. My wife is better at Meals on Wheels than I am, but you get one good meal, a good nutritious meal every day, including weekends. We deliver 5 days a week, and we deliver frozen meals for the weekend. And that enables people to remain in their own home because they can snack and get some cereal for breakfast. And some of these people do not see anybody else other than the person that delivers their meals. And they like to see people. Also, there's a safety element. We had a lady, when she didn't reply to the knock on the door when the person was delivering their meals, she looked inside and the lady was on the floor and obviously in distress. And a call to 911 solved the problem. We were told afterwards that if it hadn't been for our volunteer being there, that it would not have been a happy situation.
Right. Wow. Good story is that, right?
Yeah. Now, another story that I want to elicit, what's been the most surprising or heartwarming part of leading?
Well, that story right there is pretty darn good, right? But
well, it's not surprising. Well, there
was a microwave issue, right? Wasn't there a microwave?
Yes.
story?
Yes.
That was what I was just thinking.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
On our route, a lady had ceased to order her frozen meals for the weekend. There were very many poor people living in Brookings Harbour area. Some people live in trailers with tarps over the roof because the roofs leak. It's tough. Why should they be hungry as well? And Jenny inquired, and the lady said, well, my microwave gave up.
That was why she couldn't take her frozen meals for the weekend.
That was why she had no way of heating her meals. Well, we put the word around, actually, in another association we belong to called Curry County Cruisers.
Oh, yeah. We know the car. They've been on the show, right?
Yeah.
And one of our members said, well, we've got a microwave sitting in the garage gathering dust. Would you like it? And so we said, absolutely. Well, when we delivered it, I understand that the lady's face had to be seen to be believed. She was overjoyed at getting this microwave, and she went back to picking up, to having her weekend meals delivered frozen. And
sweet.
She's still doing so, fortunately.
Wow.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
a good story. How do you define, either one of you, Jenny, how do you define a life well lived? And how do you see, like the sinner, how do you see your sinner helping seniors move closer to that ideal? That's a philosophical end, but what is all this a life well lived? And are the majority of the people that are under your charge, have they lived a good life?
Well, they're not under my charge, but we're there and we're doing what we can. Yeah. Basically, I think a life well lived is when you are meeting your own needs,
right?
Making your world a better place,
right?
And
as happy and healthy as you can be.
Yeah. And going back to not being surprised at getting old. I remember when I was a kid, people used to say, well, who's that old lady in the mirror? And I go, well, of course you know. You've lived your whole life. How could you not know? And then all of a sudden, I had the same thing happen to me. I looked in the mirror one day, and dang it, there was my mother. And I kind of, feel like I need to tell everyone, enjoy your youth, your brains, and your health while you've got them, because you get old before you know it.
Right.
All of a sudden, I turned around, and how did I get to be 72? I don't know. But it's, I think some of the things that happen, the people expect that when you get old, you don't care, you're not worried about life. You're still the same person. Mm-hmm. you still think you're the same person. Your body doesn't always respond like it used to,
Right.
but the person is still the same one inside and still has this,
Right.
the same hopes and dreams, even though as we go on, sometimes we modify our hopes and dreams a little bit.
So you get people together as well in the activity center.
Yes.
And it's not just old people, right, or seniors.
Right.
There's younger people too that can go to that
Yes.
center. When you do you pick up the older people who don't have cars, or for an activity that you maybe have there? I would just say classically bingo night, but
We don't- Actually, bingo is Friday at noon, and Roger happens to be the caller.
Yeah, there you go.
He puts a Brit spin on all the numbers, which is kind of fun. But
so do you pick them up?
we don't pick them up, but we are the local dial-a-ride.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can pick them up. Sometimes they do that. For a turkey dinner once a month, they come from some of the convalescent homes, and they come in on their bus,
Good.
so they can do it.
And it's a
But,
beautiful center. I mean, it's really, it's upgrade. Now, I know this show is being heard in Humboldt and Eureka. I know there's multiple activity centers there. Crescent City has one up and down the coast. So this is just one of many, and it's a real good one. I got to say, it's a big, beautiful.
We're very lucky to have it, and it's exciting to see people there every day. And I think the social needs are real important.
How do you gather funding?
Well, a lot of things we have people who are trying to get grants for us. Roger can speak to that a little more than I can.
Yeah, like the matching one?
Yeah, what's the matching fund all about, Roger? This is
Matching
amazing.
fund is because we lose $6,000 per month, and that is obviously not sustainable, even though we do have considerable investments, but they're going down all the time. And as wages go up, because we do have 3 or 4 paid help, and so we lose $6,000 every month, $72,000 a year, and we want the centre to remain right where it is. And so we thought we would set an example. Hopefully, people will contribute, and Jenny and I will contribute an equal amount up to $50,000.
Wait a minute. You're matching funds. So if I come in with $5, you're going to put in $5.
Yes.
$50, $50. But did you say 50,000?
Yes.
$50,000. Wow. This is somebody that's putting their money where their mouth is. Wow. That is amazing. I've never heard of something.
Right, match fund.
Yeah, I mean, we've had things like that and various volunteer activities here in town, but nothing that big. Are you always looking for volunteers?
Always looking for volunteers. In fact, when Roger got involved with the center, he was driving the bus, and we were eating lunch there, and then I discovered they had this wonderful computer room, and I was using their Wi-Fi, and
Sure.
things just sort of went. For a while, I was teaching the computer class with Ira, God rest his soul, and then I started volunteering, being a receptionist. And we've got the tax program. We always need people for Meals on Wheels.
Dial-a-ride.
And are you serving hundreds of people every month? Thousands of people during a year? If you added everybody in there?
Yeah, we serve an average of 63 Meals on Wheels per day.
Wow.
There are 3 routes so that we can get the routes done in a timely manner so as the food is still hot.
And is it free, or is it donate what you can?
It's a donate what you can.
Right on.
We are,
Okay, cool.
according to our funding, which is federal, and we get about $6,000 a month in from that, which just about covers our payroll. And so
But you're still losing 6,000.
But we're losing another 6,000 because we've got to cover the food as well.
Well, how noble, though. I mean, I dig this, what you're doing. And the matching program sounds just too good to be
really
true.
Cool. Now, do companies donate foods ever so often? Like
Yes.
restaurants or
We've had Harry and David have donated in the past.
Oh, they're fruits and bits. I love those.
They donate beautiful food, Harry and David.
Right, right. They have
we
the
much
best fruit.
appreciate them.
And Fred Meyer.
Yeah, okay.
Right on.
Very
Okay,
nice.
so how do people get a hold of you? How do people check you out? Is there a website? Should they just come into the center? What are its hours?
There's a website called ChetcoAC, ChetcoAC.org,
Okay, Chetco.
ChetcoAC.org.
Okay,
Conditioner.
People can call on 541-469-6822, 541-469-6822,
okay.
and they can come and see us, and someone will be glad to show them around the building and show them the rooms that we've got available. We have meeting rooms available. We have our dining room, which I think can hold 88 people
Wow.
legally,
And it's got a commercial kitchen?
and it's got a commercial
Right
kitchen.
on, right on.
And people can rent that for wedding receptions or any events, parties, bar mitzvahs, 18th birthday parties, and so on. And the centre is open from, I think the first people get there about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Uh,
They're there all day.
and they
How do they get a hold of you if they want to donate and you're matching?
call or come and see us. Call the number.
541-469-6822. Yeah.
Yeah. And ask for Carol Owens.
Carol Owens, okay.
And she is dealing with this she's our assistant general manager,
Hey, Carol.
another volunteer position.
She's there all the time.
All right.
And she's there from about 7 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon.
Dang.
And you can come and
Check it out.
check it out, ask to see her or another board member. Glenda is our treasurer. She is frequently there. Glenda Groff.
Okay.
And
Thane, of course, the general manager.
Thane Groff is the general
Then,
manager.
okay, hey, Thane.
And you, as a person who donates, can charge or count this as a deduction
Good.
against your
As a
income
tax
tax,
Yeah,
deduction.
tax
which
deduction.
particularly makes a difference at the state level
Yeah.
because the personal deductions at the federal level are so high that it will make more of a difference
Right on.
at the state level of taxes.
And a good way to come check out the center is to come for lunch. We're open for lunch from 11 to 1, Monday through Friday.
And do come for our turkey lunch.
Coming up on Thanksgiving?
Last Friday. Oh, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You reminded
They
me.
have 2 turkeys then. Okay.
Is a fundraiser. We are selling tickets at $30 per person for Thanksgiving lunch, and those can be purchased from the centre as well.
Okay, what's the address? We only have
550 Chetco Lane, and you won't see it.
that's
much.
101 on 101. yeah.
Just off the 101.
Okay.
Behind, I always describe it as being behind the Subway sandwich
All right, there we go.
restaurant.
You could reach out again to the Chetco Activity Center at 541-469-6822. I want to thank both Roger and Jeannie Mitchell for coming in and
Thank you.
talking to us about and handling some of the bigger questions about what you're doing. And thank you for what you are doing. And thank you for this matching program. And folks, you can find them online at chetcoac.org or calling them there. So thank you both for coming in and talking with us.
Thank you for letting me
you for having
talk about
us.
the center.
All right, we are at that half-hour show time, are we not?
Yes, we are.
We are. Time flies when we're having fun. It's already that mid-break time here on the Doc and Jacques live radio show, proudly broadcasting from KCIW 100.7 FM in lovely Brookings, Oregon, and beyond. The list of major sponsors for this community radio station are Advanced Airlines, flying in and out of nearby Crescent City to Oakland and LA 7 days a week, right down the road from us. Michelle Bupert, hey, Michelle, with our own vibrant Curry County Chamber of Commerce. Nick and Lisa Rail, thanks for what you do in your PPA, or the Partnership for Performing Arts. The medical team at Chetco Medical and Aesthetics in Harbor, where Dr. Gigi is part of it. And lastly, my dear co-host, Dr. Gigi, and yours truly, Jacques Kepner, on behalf of KCIW, thanks to all of you. All right. We've got the
Very cool.
We got the drum beat going because we have a special guest that we just came on our radar recently, thanks to Michael Gores. But we've had many guests on the show, and we often find that there's a certain breed of creator out there who refuses to be contained by a single medium or moment. Robert Mann is that kind of artist. He's a filmmaker who can find poetry in panic. You'll find out about that with his great horror flicks that he makes. He's a comedian who sees tragedy as a slightly mistimed punchline, and he's a visual artist who loves bringing things together. Robert, we found out, is a very intriguing fellow. He comes very well vetted by many folks here in our region and elsewhere in the country. And again, special thanks to Michael Gores, who gave me the tip that Robert Mann would be in town and available to do this very show and on more shows on KCIW broadcast over the next week. So let's dip down into the realm of comedy and horror and filmmaking. Perfect timing for this haunted time of year, right? And get the backstory on our guest, Robert Mann. Hey, welcome to the Doc and Jacques Radio Variety.
Thank you for having me. All right, I'm here. Oh, please, sit down. Please. Don't get up, anybody, please.
Wait till you hear what this guy has done. Okay, Gigi, lead off with something.
Okay, my question.
Guilty,
Where?
guilty,
Where?
guilty. I'm guilty.
Guilty of being born where?
Where? Yes. Mars. That was my first stop. Then I went to Saturn and came back to Earth, and was in Florida for a while and grew up there, and it was a lot of fun. And then they said, "Go west, young man, go west." So I went to UNLV for a little bit, and Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
Vegas, baby. It's all about what happens in Vegas.
Stays there,
Yeah,
right?
what happens in Vegas stays there. Is that what they say? I thought that was
Yeah.
a church we went to last week.
Yeah, it was. But by the way, I love your glasses. Just
See, I'm glad you noticed. See, there are broken glasses because Gigi forgot to bring my real glasses in. But that's okay.
What, me?
They're kind of comical horror.
They're classic.
They're hanging on my face, kind of weird.
well, they could be kind of a horror thing too, actually, when you think about
it's
it.
better than two pairs.
Yeah.
All right. So where do you live now, right?
I live in Vegas. Back in Vegas.
back in Vegas?
Yeah, I was in L.A. for about 20 years, and Orange County, and because of the nature of what I do, and after I got really right around the time when we were in college, a friend of mine who was in college with me, we went to L.A. and we did a little something at the Improv, and we did an hour of theater piece, and we invited casting directors and also agents. And we did a little theater piece called In by 8, Out by 9. And you were literally in by 8 and you were out by 9. And it was like just little vignettes, and we had about 5 or 6 of those. And people had wine and they had cheese and crackers and stuff. So we set it all up. It was all LA schmoozy kind of thing, but just only those people. And at the end of it, an agent came up to us and they said, "Hey, have you ever thought about being a comedy team, stand-up comedy team? There's no stand-up comedy teams." And we said, "No." They said, "Well, contact me. I want to be your agent." So we knew nothing about it. Eventually, we realized that you couldn't do theatrical pieces at the Improv or the Comedy Store, or the Laugh, whatever it was. But in the context of these little sketches that we did, we had developed Piper and Tupper.
Piper
and
Tupper, which we looked up on
YouTube.
Right? YouTube.
And Piper and Tupper were basically Simon and Garfunkel, only 10 times groovier.
That's right. They use the word groove.
Groovy.
Groovy. And so we came up as these characters when everybody else, Andrew Dice Clay would be doing his thing. Chris Rock would be doing his thing. Pauly Shore, we came up in that group. Jim Carrey. So we came up with all these guys, and they would do their stand-up, and then all of a sudden we'd come in with our Beatle boots and our cords and our turtlenecks and love beads and peace signs, And we pretended that it was a concert. So we never broke character. And we talked like this a lot.
And you were Tupper in that. Yeah, so you were...
Yeah, I was Neil Tupper. Neil Tupper.
And you were the guitarist.
Yeah, I played the guitar. You know. Sometimes 6-string, sometimes a 12-string, and sometimes an 18-string.
And you were kind of the straight guy, but... And
well,
Piper
I
was
don't get
kind
it.
of
We don't
crazy.
get into our sexual or religious
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way, but...
No, it actually it was a unique comedy act in the sense that the audience was the straight person and we were the comics, and sometimes we would flip-flop, and sometimes I would be the straight man and he would be the funny guy, and sometimes I would be the funny guy. So it just depended on the bit that we did. And Mitzi Shore saw us. We auditioned for her because the improv wasn't our thing. It wasn't our thing, man.
It just wasn't groovy enough.
It wasn't groovy enough.
That wasn't groovy.
It was too stuck up, shirt and tie thing. And we had turtlenecks. So we said, we're not doing it. And Mitzi saw us, and she loves comedy teams, number one. She loved female comics. She loved things that were different. Pee Wee Herman. If you look at her thing, Andrew Dice Clay, if you look at what she had in her
interesting.
stable, you could see that it was much more theatrical in a sense. Harry Basil, which is a great comic. But yeah, she did a lot of that. Etta May, who played a character. Anyway, so we auditioned for her, and she sat all the way in the back. So you had to walk, after you get done, you have to walk all the way through to get to the exit into the hallway of the Comedy Store. And her seat was the last one. Her table was the last one. So we get done, we're walking through, and she stops us, and she says, I loved you. You're like a breath of fresh air. I want you as non-paid regulars.
Missy, non-paid regulars.
Paid regulars.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
So we go into the hallway, and all the other comics are there, and we're going, yeah, all right, man, we're non-paid regulars. And then we go, what's a non-paid regular? And they said, well, you can call in for your spots on Monday, and Mitzi will give you all your spots, just like regular comics, but you don't get paid. And we said, well, how long does that last? And they said, well, usually 2 to 3 years.
Oh my God.
And we said, okay, right on. We'll do it.
At least we get before all these actors and other fellow comedians, right?
So she really liked us. So with us, it took 2 months before we paid regulars. And
Wow.
4 months.
Congratulations.
4 months we were in the main room. 6 months we were playing her Vegas clubs.
Oh, nice.
How fun is that? And isn't comedy the hardest of all the disciplines, right?
Right.
The Greeks always said if there's one thing that's really hard, because you can't make everybody laugh.
Yeah, it
Do you
is.
agree with that? I mean, it's,
Well, here's what here's my assessment of drama and comedy and the difference. I think to achieve a pinnacle for each category is probably just as difficult. Where the big difference comes into is if you don't hit your mark on drama, nobody really notices the drama.
Right, yeah.
You don't hit it in comedy, and you're all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss. So there's no room for error
Right.
in that. Whereas drama, people go, oh, yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. But comedy, you don't have the jokes. Oh, it sucked.
right. Oh,
So what are you doing now here in the Pacific Northwest now?
Well, I'm promoting 2 of my films, The Pumpkin Carver.
Are they comedy?
No, they're
slasher hacker films.
some may say they're pretty comedic. I know our producers that invested in it think it's pretty funny, or not. Oh, really?
Oh, gosh.
So, but yeah, The Pumpkin Carver we did with Minka Kelly, and Airbnb we did a couple years ago. And The Pumpkin Carver is a classic horror film. It's more campy, though. It's fun. Very Halloweenish, obviously.
And Carver is spelled Karver.
Yeah, that was
Pumpkin Carver.
My producer came up with that clever title. I thought, that's good. And that's another story.
Minka with Minka Kelly.
Minka, before she was Minka Kelly, before she was big, we had gotten her.
She got fat on you?
No, not that big, not that big.
That way. I don't know. I'm trying to find comedy things.
Get your face out of the buffet table. Okay.
So you turned from comedy to horror film.
Well, yes and no. Here's what happened.
Yeah.
I had written and did a film called Trapped. And it was a drama. It was basically a drama. And this producer who produced The Pumpkin Carver saw it. He had the same distributor as mine, and he had the same film called Trapped.
Oh,
Completely
no
different.
way.
And my distributor said, hey, you guys got to get together and you should make a movie together. So he saw my film. He said, "Oh, you did great on no money. I want to hire you as a writer director." So I said, "Okay." He said, "The only thing is you have to make it a Halloween film, Halloween themed film." I said, "Well, give me a couple of days. I'll come up with something." I came up with the pumpkin carver. And so we shot that, and it got great distribution. This was when, because it came out about 2006 or 7.
2006, we saw that. That's quite a bit.
And we had 20 units in every Blockbuster. And you would go in the thing and it was there in perfect position. It made a lot of money.
Oh, Blockbuster, the
Blockbuster,
store.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Blockbuster, the store.
Yeah, yeah.
And Hollywood Video, remember all those?
Yeah.
Tower and
Oh
records.
my
And
gosh.
so it probably grossed at the end of the day about $5 million.
Dang.
But the producers made such a horrible deal, we didn't get seen anything on the back end. Nothing.
Wow.
And so it was.
They gave it away at the front with the popcorn.
Yeah. And so to get back to your question, I've written about 40 scripts, but they're not all horror and things like that. It's just the opportunity with doing a horror film and investing. It's an easier distribution deal.
Are comedy and horror very similar? I mean, they both pull on our emotions.
Well, yes, but not in the business world.
Okay.
Comedy is much more difficult to sell, especially worldwide, because what we think is funny.
Yeah.
That's right.
The Brits don't really think it's all that funny, do they, love?
There's definite difference in humour across the Atlantic.
Across the pond. Across the pond.
So some jokes just go flat in this country, and you have to explain the history background behind the joke,
Right, nitwits.
and so it just doesn't work well.
No,
often.
not at all. Not at all.
Monty Python, I'm not all that impressed.
Just a flesh wound. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So anyway, we did this. Then we did Airbnb, and I've written, like I said, 40 scripts. Some of them are comedy, some of them are dramas.
Airbnb came many years later.
23.
23. Okay. But in between that, I did a bunch of other things.
Did they actually, you didn't just write them, you actually made a film.
Right, correct.
Okay, all right.
Correct. And in between some of the features, I've done some shorts. Mm-hmm. And one was a sci-fi, The Soldier, The Search for Existence. It's very sci-fi, Twilight Zone-ish. I'm pitching one right now called Roberto's Friend. It's family friendly. It's like Bad News Bears meets Field of Dreams, about Roberto Clemente coming back as a 12-year-old boy to befriend his best friend when he was growing up. And he comes back to put him on the right path, so to speak.
Wow.
But yeah, so we're doing these at the Redwood Theater, as you know, on October 30th. And we're doing a Halloween costume contest at 5 o'clock.
At the Redwood Theater. Right above us, our heads here. We're down
Right
the
here,
basement.
bookings, yeah.
And it will be red carpet. It's going to be a costume contest. We'll do a winner. And then the winners, the top 3, will get autographed scripts of the shooting script of The Pumpkin Carver, DVD of Airbnb. Those have posters.
Okay,
So
cool.
we're doing all fun things.
And that's
like that.
happening on the 30th. We'll come back. What is Manatee Films?
Manatee Film, because I grew up in Florida. So I used to swim with manatees, and my last name is Mann.
Oh, yeah.
With N,
with
right?
two
And that's what
N's.
we thought. You were German doctors. Oh, it's in German. Aha, yeah.
Yeah. So my ex at the time, she said, "Oh, you should just do a play on your name, like Mantastic
Oh,
Films."
yeah, it's spelled with two N's.
Manatee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we do Manatee Films because I used to swim with manatees when I was in Florida.
So wait, so you invented that company? What did you do?
It's a film.
It's a film company. Yeah. Well, when I did Trapped, my first film, usually you kind of develop a company, and you can either have a slate of films or one film, and you slowly do that. So you create this company so that you can get funding, et cetera, and you can distribute funding, and you hire these people, and basically it's independent contractors and stuff.
So is that like a production
It is
film?
production company.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like a really small mini, Sony or Columbia or
Okay. Have you always been a horror movie fan?
No.
No.
But when I was a kid, my mom was doing a horror film, and she brought me on set, and I kind of got the bug. And she was directing. She was dating a director, and he gave me my first camera. And from that time on, I just started shooting everything, and whatever it was, I would shoot. And people would say, "Get away from me, Robert! Get away from me!" People on the street, "Hey, how you doing?" And they'd run, and so I was just trying anything I could to shoot and see what would happen and edit it. And when I went to college, I said, "What do I want to do?" And I was a business major. I said, "I don't know, I'm a business major. I don't think so." So I went into film.
Film.
Went to L.A. and
Went to
became a
LA.
filmmaker.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, what do you like
Wow.
best? Acting, writing, directing, promoting, starring?
I started out.
Cool guy.
I started out as an actor, which a lot of people do, and it just kind of morphed into other things because as an actor, if you want to do a nice project for yourself, there's an old saying: if you want to act right. So I started writing and creating stories and things like that, and I love acting because it's the first thing, and stand-up was so much fun.
Right.
Every night you're acting. So every night you didn't have to wait for an audition. You didn't have to, wait for somebody to want you. You created your own content. And we did a Piper and Tupper short film also. And we would do all these little YouTube things. They're all out there that we
Right.
did. So that was wonderful as an actor. So it's a lot of fun. And writing I think, is the most difficult. It's just you alone with a blank piece of paper, in a sense. The actor has the script and he has the director. The director has the script and he's got the actors. The writer has nobody. Writers, it's just up here. It's just what's ever going to come out.
What's happening with AI? This is off script, but are you worried about AI? Because it's coming up with all these writings.
I think everybody is to a degree. For me, if you're doing an independent film, I can write my script, go out, get the funding, and we can go shoot the movie. So I don't have to sit there and say, oh, well, my budget's going to be this. If we do an AI script like studios are attempting to do, we don't have to pay the writer.
Right.
We don't have to pay the residuals.
Right.
But it's a slippery slope, and I don't think it's all that great.
Well, the writing, that would be the only thing that could be curtailed, right? But, I mean, you still need the producer, you still need the director, you still
But
need
actors.
the actors.
Oh,
You mean AI actors?
Sure. They're doubling that, like crowd scenes and things.
Oh,
You don't have to.
yeah.
And I've seen some AI videos, some little short movies that were all done AI, and it looks amazing. And you're thinking, okay, well, this actor, let's say this actor becomes famous. Well, there's no person to do the red carpet. There's no person to talk to. It's
Right.
it's make believe. It's not there. It's not real. It's an illusion.
Which is becoming more and more of our reality is what is AI
Yeah,
doing
is
to
this real news? Is this AI produced, or is this,
Yeah. Are you tied into to the Wild Rivers Film Festival?
Yes.
Michael Gore's part of it. Ozzy was on the show last week, and our friend who was on 3 shows, Dan Springen. Tell us about he might be listening in today. I think he's streaming it.
Dan's the man. Let me tell you, I met Dan in 2009 or 10 at the Orlando Film Festival. I brought him the Piper and Tupper short, and he fell in love with it. And we actually went to the Orlando Film Festival 2 years in a row. And in the second year, we performed live before our screening. So they got
cool.
Piper and Tupper live, and they got the screening afterwards. And that was a blast. And Dan has since come here to develop Wild Rivers Film
Right.
Festival. And that was in 2023. And he calls me up. He says, hey, Rob, you got any films? And, and he goes, I want to play Piper and Tupper. And I said, okay, but it's really not up to snuff. It was shot on SD. It's not the greatest 480p. It doesn't matter. We'll get it on a DCP. It's going to look great. So, okay. And then he says, well, do you have any other films? Because he was just starting. So I said, well, yeah, I got all these other shorts. He goes, let's just do an evening with Robert Mann.
Right on.
So that was on the first one. So we showed
Cool. Yeah.
Airbnb and a bunch of shorts, and it was a lot of fun. And
Airbnb says that's an hour
Thriller.
and a half.
yeah, they're both features. So the ones we're showing at the Redwood on the 30th are both features. And what I did was I'm going to do a double feature. I thought, hey, it'll be a Halloween double feature. I got a horror and a thriller. And you want to see one film, you can. You pay $9. You see one film. If you want to do the double feature, it's like $13. Come in, pay your 13. You watch both of them.
Right.
And call it a day.
And since you're friends with Dan now,
Yes.
and you just, when did you arrive? Just yesterday? You just
arrived Monday.
Okay. Well, welcome to our wonderful, wonderful place. With this, so many people staying at home from the big screen in the past 10 years, right? They're all subscribing to premium channels.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the future of, quote, movie theaters?
A lot of people are very comfortable in their own home entertainment centers and things like that. What you miss is you missed the audience and watching something with a group and sharing that shared experience. There's nothing like a shared experience, especially in a horror film or even a comedy, because comedy, when you laugh, when you hear other laughter, it actually makes the film in a way seem funnier, because that's why comics hate to just perform between a few people in the audience. The bigger the audience, really, the easier it is for stand-up comedy,
Right.
because it's just a group laughter. But people are so inhibited when it's only a few people; they don't want to laugh. They're all So
We just went for a long time. We haven't gone, but we went to our Tuesday movie, senior night.
Yeah.
And
just
there was
senior
this
night.
group in front, and they were having a fun. Remember, you
Yeah.
commented on that,
They were
so that
having
was
fun.
kind of fun to see them. They weren't.
We will go for the
obstructive,
special
but-
effects. You can't beat a big theater special effects.
No, you
right?
can't. And you can't beat the sound. I hate to tell you, you can't beat the sound. You can't beat the big screen. It's right there. And if you're going to see something in 70 millimeter or, with anamorphic, and it's gorgeous, and
Right.
it's just tough to beat. And like I said,
You can spill your popcorn everywhere and then have to vacuum it up later.
gum, you can throw
gum.
throw jujubes at people's back of their heads and pretend you weren't the one.
I
who did
almost
it.
did that to those people in front of us that were commenting.
Is there money to be made in the independent film
There,
industry?
there is. Unfortunately, most people don't make money, and it's because of many reasons. The least of which is if it's a good film. My distributor was talking to me the other day. I was in New York, and he's talking to me. He says, "Robert, I'd rather have a really bad piece of crap film, but it's sellable, and I've had those, than an award-winning multi-event." And it's just because it's the business nature of it. It's the selling nature of it. It's what that is. And he says sometimes there's a crossover. Sometimes you can get a really good film that has a really good appeal to a mass audience. But right now, the most popular and easiest to make money on is action adventure. And then there's a big drop between that and horror, then thriller, then probably family, comedy, drama.
So I thought comedy would be at the top. No, not comedy,
I'm
but
talking
horror.
worldwide. It's not at the top. It's action adventure.
So it's action adventure is the biggest one. Okay,
Because
that
you
is-
think about it, because worldwide, film is a visual medium, and you can tell the story just by shooting, all this action. It's all stimulation, and this is what the marketing, the Asian market, all these markets that are visual, they love all that, and on comedy, if you want to hit worldwide market too, you should do a broader physical comedy, because let's say a Woody Allen film, he plays great in New York, plays great in some other areas, and even Woody has a harder time in a sense in America. But then you go somewhere else sometimes, and what those in jokes, Roger will tell you that they don't play. Certain British jokes will play in a certain way, and so. Physical comedy, if you slip on a banana peel in any language, it's funny. That's why Jim Carrey
Oh my God.
did really well.
you could do the
All of his films.
Well,
did
and his facial expressions. I mean, right there, you laugh for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have noticed that all these kids PG movies are out forever, and there are all these cartoon movies. They're out for weeks and weeks and weeks.
the animation is a big part of it.
Animation, yeah.
Sure.
And you don't need an actor for that, really. And then the
Voiceover.
movies
The
that
voiceover, you did the
just
voice.
and then we have the movies that we were looking forward to. We go there on Tuesday and it's gone because nobody wants to watch a real.
I mean, we have not had a good spat of good movies recently.
Yeah.
Where are you showing, our friend and her colleague, Dr. Kirk, owns the Porta Pints in Crescent City. And
Correct.
And you're going to be showing at the South Beach Porta Pints.
Right. So after the Redwood big double feature, Sue Wright had mentioned Porta Pints, and she said we couldn't do anything on Halloween here in Brookings. So she said, if you want to stay one more day, Rob, Porta Pints, they would love to screen your film in their Porta Pints thing. And I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, the brewery.
And so, yeah, it's a little brewery. So I said, okay, we'll just do just the pumpkin carver because it's Halloween. Let's just do that one. We'll go to the brewery, and it's just a big screen TV thing,
Right.
and it'll be kind of fun, and there'll be part of the Halloween atmosphere.
Right.
So I said, yeah, let's just do it. I'm here.
Right on.
You know-
It's a small brewery and a big building.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they have, by the way, they have real axe throwing.
Right, I heard
So you
about
get
that.
drunk. I'm not drinking. I'm not promoting that at all. But you can drink and then throw axes.
Wow,
Live ones.
We should-
Everybody's shaking their heads looking at me.
we should do that. I used to throw axes when I was a
I can't wait. to
When I
go
was
with
a kid.
The pumpkin carver guy. Yeah, okay.
okay. Can you put your arms out like Jesus?
You cannot do that.
And I can just.
Nobody's done it yet,
Apple
so
on the
we
head,
just
maybe
don't. We just don't know.
Gigi and I can both double team it.
Right? Oh my goodness. Hey, what are your 3 favorite films
My 3 favorite films
of all time?
right now at this moment:
Yeah.
Right now.
The Godfather, The Wizard of Oz,
Huh?
and
Yes.
Casablanca.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Want me to ask you? Ask me the same question.
How about you, Roger? What is your favorite films?
I like the British ones. We followed on TV and also went to the movies for
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey, which I thought was an excellent series and a couple of excellent movies in there.
Okay.
I am hard to please on movies. I'm
Jenny,
sure.
Jenny, any chime in for you on your favorite movies of all time?
Oh,
King Kong, Wizard of Oz, like you said.
I love it.
I,
Wizard of Oz is like a perfect film.
It is. It is an amazing film.
I loved Amarcord by Fellini.
Oh, Amarcord? Because you were in Spain, right?
I was in Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Italy. There's a lot of similarities culturally. It was a very sweet film.
Isn't it weird how sometimes you see movies when you're younger? I remember seeing Dr. Zhivago. I thought that was such a good movie. I see it now. It's kind of...
So what are your 2 favorite films?
Yeah.
3. There are 3. We'll go
Okay.
to the doc first.
I'm kind of not very filmy. 3 Amigos,
It's a comedy, right?
Galaxy Quest
Never heard of that.
is also a
And your
funny-
Fandango, the weird one you always say you like?
Oh, wait, now you have me all. Do you say yours then? Shanghai Nights.
Write
You
them
mean
down.
Napoleon
I
Dynamite?
never
No,
heard
that's-
Napoleon Dynamite. Never heard of any of those, but that's
Really?
okay.
Yeah.
We will have to watch those.
Right.
We don't have the TV.
What about you?
I'm an original King Kong guy. I love that one, right? And all the King Kong things. Ray Simon Falls Off the Cliff is another great one. Off this beach cliff. I like Wizard of Oz, sure. And then King Kong, and I have, I'll say Dr. Zhivago, just because
perfect.
of romantic.
That was my mother's favorite movies.
That's everybody's mom's favorite,
Yeah,
right?
Dr.
Really,
Zhivago.
it's really one
My
of those
mom
things.
liked it too. Yeah, I think.
And we're getting close to that closeout hour. I want to ask you, what is your what would you like your tombstone to say? We ask
My
guests this.
my tombstone?
Yeah, what is it going to say?
Well, I'm being cremated. So
Okay,
I don't
that
know.
doesn't matter. You can still have a tombstone. What would you say? What would you like?
You know what? I got
Like in England, everybody's
In all
cremated in
honesty,
England.
I don't really care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, he left the stage laughing.
Yeah, he left the stage laughing. No, Robert Mann really is not here. That would be. He's over there.
He's over there.
He's in the 2 cemeteries over.
He's in the he's cremated. He's floating in the ocean right now.
Exactly.
They released him. Fantastic. Listen, we're looking forward to spending some time with you. You're going to be on tour here. You got a good guide with Michael Gorse and other people here in the studio. So thank you for coming on, Robert, and talking about your life. And you're going to be on multiple shows. So everybody tune in for what's happening. And we'll see you at one of your showings here, either locally.
Please come on out. Everybody come on out to the showings. The Redwoods first, then Crescent City. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
And the costume contest should be a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
you're a
too.
fun guy. I'm glad
Yes.
we're glad you
That's very
came on
cool.
the studio, and we got, again, thanks to Michael Gorse. Roger and Jeannie, thank you for coming on, talking about the center, and you're incredible. It's just a wonderful opportunity to be matched. So any money you might donate to the activity center, you are matching. I hats
Very
off to
cool.
both of you.
Yeah.
Okay, Doc, where are we?
All right, we're at the end. You have been listening to the Doc and Jacques Variety Show on KCRW 100.7 FM in Brookings, Oregon. And we sure hope you have enjoyed our show as much as we
Yeah,
have.
indeed. Peace and prosperity to all of you, our guests today. Thank you again, Tom Bozak, Linda, for listening, and Ray Simon in the engineering studio. Mail us if you know of any talented, interested people that are doing their best in our community at thedocandjacques@gmail.com. And listen
Right.
for our new columns on the Triplicate newspaper.
Good. We both have columns now. Yeah.
Peace, love, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Tuning in. Thank you. Bye.